Hello everyone, my name is Marco. I'm with the Professional Personal Training Academy. Today we're going to talk about a common issue we see with the squat, whether that's a barbell squat or a bodyweight squat. You'll see this quite often. So we're all cueing our clients to keep their weight on their heels, push their hips back when they squat, keep those abs engaged. But what you're still going to see when people start squatting, as they come down, if you want to follow me down here, those knees are going to cave in and those arches might fall in, right? So what do we do with this problem that we continue to see? Well, you may have heard a cue before called spreading the floor, right? And this is where we coach people to put a little bit of outward pressure, almost like they're pressing their knees out, right? And so that as they're squatting, this doesn't happen. You ask them to do that, okay? And that's a great cue to help with that issue. However, there are still some things you should be doing and need to do to continue to increase the weights on somebody's squat or increase the load and still not see this happening. So the power to spread the floor, as it were, comes from two main muscles, which is your TFL and your glute med. These muscles are mainly responsible for abduction and external rotation. Okay? So when you're asking somebody the cue to spread the floor, it's important to know that the power to do that is coming from these muscles on the side. So there's two approaches you can take, and probably a combination of these two approaches is the best way to handle this. One thing you can do is before somebody comes in to work out with you, and you know you're going to be doing squats that day, you can teach them in a previous workout how to do some side leg raises, right? Now we don't want to completely fatigue the muscle before they come to see you. We're calling it more of an activation exercise, right? So we just want them to do a few reps. I'll show you some side leg raises, which I'm sure you all know, but let's use that. So I have a client that's coming in, and before they work with me, I'll say come in 10 minutes early, do your regular cardio, your warm-up, whatever stretches you do, and then right before our workout, because we're doing squats this day, I want you to do some side leg raises. So I'll come upstairs a few minutes early and I'll see them doing this because I show them. So they're going to be pinned straight from their head to their heels. They're going to keep those abs engaged. They can support themselves here on the floor. We want those hips stacked on top of each other. I'm going to move this leg back a little bit just to get a little bit of better isolation in those muscles, and I'm going to come up with a straight foot. So what I mean by straight foot is I don't want that toe turning up, right? I want it to stay level. And I'm just going to make them do some repetitions. And I'm going to coach them to try to move from the hip here, right? If you're conscious of this muscle and what it's doing, you'll feel it more when you're doing the exercise. You'll isolate it better, and overall you'll do a better job of activating it, right? So we're just doing a few reps here. I'll have them do a few with the toe pointed down just to kind of work a little bit different angle and hit the glute med a little more, right? And then I'll just make them do some circles, 10 one way, 10 the other way. So I'll go 10 with the foot straight, 10 with the foot pointed down, 10 this way, and 10 that way. I'm sure there's several ways that you can organize that. You don't have to do it in that order, but that's just the way that I've been coaching with people, and I find that that's a pretty good way to do it. Of course, they'll roll over to the other side and do the other side. So now what have we done? We fired up these muscles a little bit, and they're sort of on, and it gets that client thinking, okay, those muscles now, I understand what they do, I understand how to activate them a little bit, and now when I'm going into my squats, I know how to spread that floor and use those muscles to prevent my knees and my arches from caving in. Okay? So that's activation. Of course, then there's strengthening too. So you don't want to do too much strengthening of the abductors, your glute med and your TFL, before the workout, because you don't want to fatigue them, and then they go to squat and they just don't have the power anymore because they're tired. Strengthening them can come towards the end of the workout or on a different day. And there's lots of different strengthening exercises for your abductors. You could attach an ankle strap to their ankle on a cable machine. You could do lateral band walks where you take like some fitness tubing, step on it, and you're stepping out, and then coming back this way. There's all sorts of exercises you can do to strengthen your abductors. That's subject for another video, but that should just give you an idea of the common issue that you're going to see and what you can do to help your clients overcome it. Once again, I'm Marco with the Professional Personal Training Academy, and hope you have a great day. Bye now.